Chapter 41. No matter how small a mosquito is, it is still made of flesh. You are listening at novelfull.audio. She shook her head, put the broken silver and copper coins into the broken bag on the table, put them in her arms, and followed them out. In the yard, Lin Caisang had already opened the door and came out. "Brother," and she, "is something wrong?" Lin Caisang asked him. It's something good. Brother Melian has brought back a big wild boar from the mountains. He doesn't plan to sell it in the town, but he plans to share it among our neighbors so that everyone can have a few bites of the meat. As Ye and she talked, she almost drooled from the corner of her mouth. He usually goes hunting with Mtlnovel. Regardless of the size of the game he hunts, he has to take it to the town's restaurant to exchange for money. He can't even think of catching a bite, therefore, there is meat to eat, not to mention how happy he is now. But Brother Mtlnovel is just one person, and I'm looking for you to help me. Okay, I'll go right away. When Lin Caisang heard that he could eat meat, he immediately responded excitedly. Lin Caisang glanced sideways and glanced at Lin Caisang. Their eyes happened to meet, and he thought this was quite strange. According to Lin Caisang's memory, every time Mtlnovel hunted prey, no matter whether it was big or small, fat or thin, he would never give it away so generously, let alone Mtlnovel living alone and not interacting with her neighbors. He often doesn't speak much. What happened today? The sun came out in the west. Also, Mtlnovel is crazy, right? The poison in her body has just been suppressed by her acupuncture for a few days. It's okay to hunt a hare, pheasant or something with a bow and arrow, but she actually risked her life to fight a wild boar. Is he looking for death? Brother, we have no money. Seeing his eldest brother excitedly heading to the next door, Lin Caisang quickly stopped him. Eating for free and taking advantage of others is not something that the Lin family would do. Regardless of whether Mtlnovel was talking about giving wild boar meat to her neighbors for free, she also understands the truth. If she wants something from someone else, then it has to be exchanged at equal value. There is no such thing as a free lunch. It's okay, Brother Mtlnovel is with us. Who is following whom? Lin Caisang said casually, and then pulled Ye and she away. Lin Caisang. Brother, why don't you live with Mtlnovel? Who else will you follow? Then there are the next door neighbors. They are also two families, right? Sang, I saved some money by copying books and will exchange it for meat later. My family hasn't had a good meal for a long time. Lin Caisang said with a smile when he saw her glaring at Lin Caisang in the background. Hearing this, Lin Caisang curled his lips. It's been a long time since I've had a good meal. Didn't I just eat pheasant meat a few days ago? I've also eaten pheasant eggs in the past few days. I'm still so hungry for meat. However, her attention was really not here. She just caught Lin Caisang's words. Brother Caisang, do you have money? Silver. She had to go to the blacksmith shop to make something, and she was short of silver. Yes, but not much. Does Sang need it? Lin Caisang nodded and asked her. Well, I need it very much. Lin Caisang nodded immediately. No matter how small a mosquito is, it is still made of flesh. Then I'll get it for you. Sister Sang, it's not easy for my brother to earn a few dollars. Brother Caisang knows how to hunt. Why don't you let him hunt and earn money for you? Why are you pointing at my brother's money? Before Lin Caisang finished speaking, he was interrupted by Lin Caisang, who was helping Lin Bai. Her eldest brother had to study every day, and he had to copy books under a kerosene lamp at night, but it was not easy. Sister Sang still had to take away these few dollars, and she didn't even ask her eldest brother for money. Chapter 42. You are the only one who is lazy. You are listening at novelfull.audio. What are you talking about, girl? Didn't you use the money Caisang earned from hunting? Who gave you the food you eat? Lin Bai stopped what he was doing and looked at his daughter with an unhappy frown. Dad, I feel sorry for my eldest brother. Lin Caisang muttered unconvincingly. You feel sorry for your eldest brother, and Sang also feels sorry for her brother. Who does Caisang go to the mountains to hunt for? From now on, are you willing to ask Changhong not to hunt in the mountains or buy food for the family? Lin Bai asked her back. He doesn't tolerate his daughter. He always goes against Sang Sang every day. She won't be happy with anything Sang Sang says. She just wants to make him, the father, angry to death. At this time, Lin Caisang was speechless. How could she not know what was going on at home? If Lin Changhong really stopped hunting, they would really starve to death, but she didn't point to Lin Changhong alone. After all, her father could now weave bamboo baskets, and after selling the money, she would be able to be strong-willed. Dad, if you get enough money from selling these things tomorrow, buy me a silk flower. I don't want to buy that beaded flower. It's so expensive. Just buy a silk flower. It'll be beautiful. She asked. Go, I don't need your help here. Let's go cut the pig grass with your grandma. After hearing her words, Lin Bai gritted his teeth in anger. He was weaving bamboo products here with blood soaked all over his hands, and he didn't even see a copper plate yet. His daughter had already made up her mind, and she wanted to buy silk flowers. You can wear it if you go outside to pick wild flowers. Dad didn't make these things up for you to waste. It was Sang Sang's idea. It's up to Sang Sang how to use the money in the future. Father, Lin Caisang was really going to cry when she heard her own father's words. She really wanted to ask, who is his daughter, her or Lin Caisang? Here, when I sell my medicinal materials for money, I'll buy you silk flowers. Lin Caisang finally couldn't stand it anymore and said to Lin Caisang. She knew that Lin Bai didn't care about her daughter, but she felt that the money earned from weaving these bamboo products should be spent where it should be spent, and could not be used casually. But Lin Caisang is just a little girl after all, and it is human nature to love beauty. I don't want it. Who knows if those roots of yours can be sold for money? Lin Caisang glared at her angrily. Hearing this, Lin Changfeng glared at Lin Caisang angrily. Sang Sang, didn't Brother Maoyan ask us to come over? Let's go. After closing the door, he reminded Lin Caisang. Good. Lin Caisang nodded. Brother, I'm going too. Lin Caisang saw this and wanted to follow, but Lin Changfeng didn't give her a chance. Brother Mo Lian only asked me, Sang Sang, and Changhong, and he didn't call you. What are you going to do? Are you making trouble? Lin Caisang paused. Don't think about what you have and don't have it all day long. Stay at home. If you can't stay any longer, go cut grass with grandma and mother. The young children are all gone, and you are the only one who is lazy and refuses to stay at home. Go out. Lin Changfeng said something to her again, and then he and Lin Caisang went to the next door. Brother, Lin Caisang was going crazy after hearing what he said. Why is she so lazy? We were just at home today, okay? What's more, she was alone, and there was Lin Caisang. Wasn't she also at home and didn't go out? Dad, look at eldest brother, does he say that about his biological sister? Sister Sang Sang is his biological sister, right? Okay, here, if you don't want to stay at home, go to grandma's place. Lin Bai couldn't do anything about his daughter, so he couldn't beat or scold her easily, right? Chapter 43 Why aren't you helping? You are listening at novelfull.audio. He also understood in his heart why Lin Caisang targeted Sang Sang so much. It was because their family loved Sang Sang from the bottom of their hearts. He was obviously about the same age as Caisang, but he was in the same heaven and earth. 69.c, she felt that she was being compared, and felt that her parents should pamper her and ignore Sang Sang. But he really felt that there was nothing wrong with loving Sang Sang. It wasn't because Sang Sang was destined to be a fortune star when he was a child. He just felt that his eldest brother had paid too much for their family, but now he didn't even know where he was. As the eldest brother's daughter who loves her to the core, how can he not love her dearly? What's more, compared to the little girls of the same age in the village, which one is as happy as their children? If they don't want to work, they just sit at home. When dinner time comes, they will eat whatever the adults eat. Here, if you want to make such a clear distinction with Caisang, then you shouldn't touch the things Changhong bought back from now on. But there is one thing I have to remind you. Without your uncle, I wouldn't be able to marry him. To your mother, not to mention you guys, you should always keep this in mind. In the yard of Yamolian's house, a few people had gathered around. They were all people who lived in the old house. They were all staring at the wild boar with green eyes. How many times a year can the village eat meat? A wild boar that big should weigh more than 300 kilograms including the skin and bones. Pyower, has the water boiled? I'm here to help you. Two young women were lighting a fire under the stove, their faces full of excitement. Lin Caisang looked up and saw that there was a straw shed in the yard of Yamolian's house. Under the straw shed was a large stove. The pot was very big. According to her guess, it should be used for shedding pigs and sheep. On the other side, the wild boar was being watched by everyone. With the help of two other young men, Yamolian tied the wild boar and placed it on a relatively high stone bed, and used a large wooden basin to catch the pig's blood. The wild boar kept squealing, but the men grabbed its feet and couldn't move. It seemed that the wild boar was still alive before it was brought back. She couldn't help but give Yamolian a thumbs up in her heart. What a great skill! At this time, Lin Changhong had also gone to help. Lin Changfeng saw this and wanted to go there, but was stopped by Lin Kai again. Brother Changfeng, please don't go. Lin Changfeng was a scholar. Although he usually did a lot of things at home, he had never encountered such things as killing pigs. She was worried that he would be injured by the wild boar. After all, the wild boar is still alive, not completely dead. It doesn't matter. Since Brother Mtlnovel has come to call us, why don't you go and help? You can just stand aside. Lin Changfeng patted her hand that was holding his sleeve, comforted her and left. Went over to help. Master, why don't you go and help? You didn't see Brother Mtlnovel and the others in such a hurry. Beside Lin Caisang, a young woman quietly poked the man next to her with her elbow. She was jealous when Lin Changfeng went to help, and she reminded him with jealousy. It was such a big wild boar, but it was a pity that they didn't share it, because the head of her family didn't go to the mountains to hunt wild boars with her. Not only did they not go hunting wild boars together, but they didn't even call the head of his family to help. Although the relationship between her man and Yamolian would not give him anything, what she wanted was good meat, not bones or anything like that, and she looked down upon anything that couldn't produce meat. Chapter 44 Falling Towards the Hot Barrel. You are listening at novelfull.audio. However, the man next to her heard her words, but did not come forward and glanced at Ban Ilu coldly. Why are you still standing? Go quickly. Seeing that the man didn't respond, the woman became anxious and urged him again. Shut up, you, that the man growled at her angrily. Lin Caisang listened to the two people's words, looked at the man's face, and knew why he was standing there without any reaction. This was a person from the old house, and he had a good relationship with Yamolian in the past. However, after he married his wife, her daughter-in-law was very strict with him. Whenever Yamolian came to see him for something, his wife would find a reason to prevent him from going out. As time went by, the relationship between the two parties became less good, and there were fewer contacts. When Lin Caisang saw the woman's look, he was also hesitant. Normally, he would hesitate to ask for help from his family, but now that he saw that it would be beneficial, he rushed to come over. How could such a good thing happen? Yeah, the water is boiling. Mulberry picking girl, pass me the big bucket over there. This wild boar is too big. One pot of water will definitely not be enough. It will take 2 pots. While Lin Caisang was thinking about things all over the place, Beidou, the woman who was cooking the pot over there, called to Lin Caisang. She blinked, and then she saw a large wooden barrel sitting at her feet. When the woman next to her heard Beidou's voice, her eyes suddenly lit up, and she was about to rush over to get the barrel to work. However, she was still a step too late. As the barrel was already in Lin Caisang's hand, she took a deep breath and glared at Lin Caisang fiercely, as if Lin Caisang had cut off her own flesh. Lin Caisang naturally felt the woman's cannibalistic gaze, but he still walked towards Beidou and the others as if nothing was wrong. Sister-in-law Beidou, sister-in-law Nangong. Putting the barrel next to the stove, Lin Caisang called them with a smile. After a while, the three women were chatting and hurriedly talking. The eyes of the woman over there were twitching, and she scolded Lin Caisang thousands of times in her heart, and she felt like eating her alive. This Lin Caisang, relying on his fortune as a star of wealth, made her angry. The place where he boiled water with Beidou and the others should have been hers. It was hers. She should be chatting and laughing with Beidou and Nangong Piaoer. When will it be Lin Caisang's turn? Little bitch hoof, staring at Lin Caisang hatefully. The more she thought about it, the angrier she became. She threw away the man who was holding her back and kept her from coming forward, and walked angrily in the direction of Lin Caisang. Sister picking mulberries, come here. The water in the bucket is very hot. Don't let it get too hot. Before Beidou finished speaking, he watched the woman rush towards Lin Caisang, hit Lin Caisang with all her strength, and even pushed her hard. Lin Caisang didn't expect this woman to be so crazy. When he reacted, he had already fallen towards the hot barrel. Nangong Piaoer also screamed and threw the firewood in her hand uncontrollably. Everyone heard the sound and were so frightened by this scene that they forgot to react. A scream sounded, and at the critical moment, Yamalian's figure flashed past, grabbed Lin Caisang's hand and pulled it into his arms, narrowly avoiding the hot barrel. No matter how calm Lin Caisang was, his face was as pale as paper at this moment, his eyes were tightly closed and he didn't even dare to look at it. It was really hard to imagine what would happen if he really fell into the boiling water. A scene. Chapter 45 The Widow of a Dead Man. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Is it hot? A voice of concern came to his ears, which calmed Lin Caisang's panicked mind. She felt herself being pulled into a warm embrace, but was soon pushed away. She opened her eyes and coughed lightly, then glanced at Yamalian standing beside her. Sang, how are you? Are you burned? Where are you injured? Sang, come here quickly and show me where it's burned. I'll ask Dr. Shen to come over. Lin Changhong and Lin Changfeng rushed over at the same time. When they saw the scene just now, they were so frightened that their faces turned pale and their voices trembled. No. It's okay, I was just scared. He took a heavy breath and replied to his two brothers. The next moment, Lin Caisang's eyes glanced sharply at the culprit, Banny Lu. There was a gaping hole on her face with blood pouring out, and lying on the ground on one side was a piece of firewood, which was exactly the one that Nangong Piaoer threw out in fear. 3 words came to her mind: retribution for this world. If Yamalian hadn't pulled her over in time, I'm afraid she would be the one screaming now, and the injured area would definitely not be small. What was in the barrel was boiling water that had just been scooped up, boiling water that can peel off a layer of skin from a wild boar. If she fell in completely, would she still have intact skin? At this moment, not only Lin Caisang's angry eyes were staring at Banny Lu, but also Yamalian's murderous gaze and breathless pressure were staring at Banny Lu. Lin Changhong and Lin Changfeng, whose faces were flushed with anger, wished they could scrape a layer of flesh from Banny Lu's body. Everyone else in the yard looked at Banny Lu with strange eyes. Snapped. There was another slap. After a while, Banny Lu's man, Ye Jinghong, reacted, and regardless of whether Banny Lu was injured or not, he rushed forward and hit her in the face with a big hand. Banny Lu, you did a good job. Banny Lu didn't feel at all that she had done something stupid, and she still couldn't react. She just pushed Lin Caisang. What's so big about it? Why should she be beaten, and she had already been hit with firewood in the face for no apparent reason. He even hit her. Ye Jinghong, do you dare to hit me? After reacting, she rushed towards Ye Jinghong, who slapped her. How could a woman be a match for Ye Jinghong, who often climbed cliffs with bare hands in the forest? She was subdued in just a few strokes. Apologize to the mulberry-picking girl. What? I'm apologizing to her. I'm just apologizing. She's a widow whose man died. Does she deserve to be apologized to? Bah! Ban Yi was extremely angry and spat in Lin Caisang's direction. Lin Caisang. Did she do something that is not allowed by God? This woman wants to scold her like this. Sister-in-law, does it have anything to do with you whether I killed this man or not? Could it be that that man is related to you in some way, or has some other relationship, so now you are fighting for him? Is that right? You. Banilu had a breath of bad breath stuck in her throat and almost spit out a mouthful of blood, but even if she was angry again, Lin Caisang's question was not something she, a woman, could answer. Should she say that she was apologizing for a strange man? What can't be said is that she targeted Lin Caisang just for a few bites of meat. So, after thinking about it again and again, she had no choice but to shut her mouth angrily and shrink back behind Ye Jinghong. Chapter 46. You can carry the whole thing to my house. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Sister picking mulberries, I'm so sorry. I apologize to you on behalf of your sister-in-law Ilu. She is such a reckless person. You must not be as knowledgeable as her. Ban Ilu gritted his teeth and refused to apologize. In the end, Ye Jinghong had no choice but to lower his face and apologize for Ban Ilu. Of course not. Lin Caisang smiled and shook his head. Is she as good as a crazy woman? Doesn't it look like you have no style? Brother Jinghong, you should take your sister-in-law to treat the wound. I think the wound is quite deep. If it is not treated well, it will easily leave scars. She deliberately emphasized the word leaving scars and glanced at Ban Ilu behind Ye Jinghong with a cold gaze. Sure enough, upon hearing these two words, Ban Ilu suddenly screamed, covering the other side of her uninjured face with her other hand, and ran out of the yard like crazy regardless of Ye's shock. After this commotion, everyone who was not named by Ye to help left the yard, leaving only two couples, Ye Enshi and Ye Yufeng, to help. Looking at the half-piece of pork in front of him at Ye home, Lin Caisang looked at the sky speechlessly, and couldn't help but wonder, what can he do with the more than 100 kilograms of pork? Can you finish eating? Ahem, this is too much, right? That with a slight cough, she looked at Ye Enshi and Ye Yufeng, who were smiling so hard that their faces almost wrinkled, and then looked at Ye on the other side who was still busy removing bones and cutting meat, preparing for the three families to share the other half of the pork. It's a pity that people didn't look at her at all, as if she didn't exist. How much is this? It's only half. By the way, Enshi, cut some pig meat for Changhong and the others, take the pig belly with you, and that. Besides, listening to Ye Yufeng's words, not to mention Lin Caisang, even Lin Changhong couldn't help it and interrupted him with a loud voice. Brother Yufeng, this is the wild boar that Brother Melian shot. He reminded. I couldn't help but mutter in my heart, otherwise, you can carry the whole thing to my house. I know, your family has the largest number of people, isn't it? Brother Mtlnovel is alone, as well as me and your brother Enshi. Now that we have no children, where can we finish the food? The pig's blood needs to be cooked later. I can't finish it. Doesn't the mulberry-picking girl like it? Then I won't give it to you, that's fine. Ye Yufeng asked while looking at Ye back. But how much does that much pork cost? We won't be able to finish it all when we take it home, and it will spoil if we leave it. Besides, I'm too embarrassed to take it for nothing. How about I pay for it? Lin Caisang hesitated and asked. At this moment, she couldn't help but wonder if Ye knew something. Did he know that she was the one who saved him in the bamboo house that day? This is impossible, right? How can a person who is almost dying of pain know who saved him? Just teasing her, but if you don't know, why did Ye do this today? After hunting such a big wild boar, most of it was given to her, and she could tell that Ye Enshi and Ye Yufeng specifically named it, and it was for her. No, how can I ask you to pay money? They are all from the village. Sister Mulberry Picker, you are out of sight now, aren't you? Ye Yufeng quickly stopped and signaled that he must not accept money. As for this meat, if it goes bad if left alone, just marinate it with salt. It's not hot now, so you can marinate the meat. Does the mulberry-picking girl have no salt at home? That's no problem. Brother Lien has plenty of salt at home. Brother Lien. As he spoke, he looked at Ye and saw that Ye had put down his work and entered the kitchen. Chapter 47 Can I Travel Through Time Again? You are listening at novelfull.audio. After a while, he picked up an earthen jar and handed it to Lin Caisang. After seeing him take it, he turned around and went back to work. Lin Caisang. What is this scenario? Why can't she figure out whether she can travel through time again? Look, there's salt. Yi Yufeng glanced at the big earthen jar and said happily to Lin Caisang. After a long time, when Lin Caisang came back from her surprise again, she was already in her kitchen, with her two brothers beside her, and the three of them stared at the large piece of wild boar meat on the table. Sang sang, we have meat to eat. Lin Caisang swallowed, his mouth watering when he saw so much meat. Lin Caisang wasn't much better either. His eyes kept staring at the meat, almost falling into the pile of meat, but he also had doubts in his heart and couldn't help but look at Sang Sang. Sang Sang, tell brother Caisang, did you do anything with brother Emolian? Otherwise, why would Emolian give them so much meat, as if this wild boar was specially hunted for his family? He was afraid that they would have no salt, so he specially gave them all the salt to marinate the pork. Lin Caisang finally came to her senses. She glanced awkwardly at the wild boar meat that occupied the entire table, and then glanced at the large pile of pig waste, which she had begged from Emolian. On the first day I entered the mountain, I saw brother Emolian fainted on the mountain, so I carried him back and threw him on the field stalk. Does this count? Lin Caisang said natteringly. But it's impossible. He's unconscious. How can he know who saved him? It's definitely not because of this. She shook her head, thinking this was impossible. If Emolian was really half-conscious, wouldn't it be the end? Her golden bead space would be exposed in front of his eyes. It must be because of this. Lin Caisang didn't think so much and settled the matter, because Sang Sang saved Emolian, he shot a wild boar and gave them half as repayment. What should I do with so much meat? He looked at Lin Caisang and Lin Caisang and asked, with so much meat, it is definitely impossible to marinate all of it, and it is impossible to pickle it all with such a small amount of salt. You have to buy salt. Marine the pork belly on the ribs and save it for later. Dispose of the rest now. Brother Caisang, let's fry some lard so that it can be stored for a longer time. If you have thigh meat, make some meatballs. And meat floss, and then use the bones to make soup, how about it? Okay, let's do it like this. Lin Caisang nodded, and then he and Lin Caisang started to move in the kitchen. The hind legs of pork are very big and are all lean meat, so according to Lin Caisang's idea, they made them into meat floss and some meatballs. As for how to make them, Lin Caisang was there, and she asked them. Take action, simply perfect, then the rest of the pork belly that can be salted has been salted. As for the bones, there are too many to eat, so I can only touch them with salt first. At least they can be kept for a few more days. The front pork leg is directly used for stew. After the pork was cooked, we started cooking the pork belly, pig intestines, etc. Just as we started cooking, Lin Lu and Lin Yang came back, as well as Lin Saiha, who had just been out for a while, and Lin Caisang, who had been out all day. And Lin Chani, seeing the pork in the kitchen, several people got excited. Chapter 48 The Most Unreliable Weather. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Brother, why is there so much meat? Can we eat it today? Lin Saiha looked at the meat with bright eyes and asked Lin Caisang. Lin Caisang nodded, but then added another sentence. Miliango specially gave it to Sang Sang. Do you want to eat it too? Lin Saiha. At this moment, her expression looked like she had swallowed an extra-large cockroach, and she looked at Lin Caisang, who was silent, in embarrassment. Okay, brother Caisang, why are you bullying here? Although it was given to me, it was also given to our family. Don't worry about it. Lin Caisang watched in amusement as he squatted on the ground and cleaned the pig. Lin Caisang of Dachang said, was she unjust? It was obviously someone else who bullied Lin Saiha, but in the end she was the only one who was blamed by Lin Saiha. Sang Sang, he girl made you angry again? Mrs. Lin Lu added after hearing what they said. No, how can he bully me? It was Brother Changfeng who said it. Nonsense. Grandma loves me so much, so it would be good if I don't bully here. Lin Caisang explained quickly. Lin Lu glanced at Lin Saihe and shook her head helplessly. Changfeng, please get up. Grandma will take care of this thing. Mom, let me do it. You go and rest for a while. I will cook later. Lin Yang put down the bamboo basket, rolled up her sleeves and walked over, taking over the work from Lin Changfeng. Changfeng, mother, come on. You and Sang have been busy for a long time. You should go and have a rest. The smell of pig water is really unpleasant. Then let me cook the porridge. The inner pot is used to cook porridge. There is still oil in the outer pot, so I can use it for cooking. Lin Changfeng stood up, washed his hands with Lin Caisang's help, and went to the kitchen. For dinner, there were stir-fried pork liver, a bowl of braised pork, stir-fried pork intestines with pickles, etc. on the table, which made my mouth water, although the meal was still porridge, because Lin Changhong did not hand over the money earned in the past few days, nor did he buy rice or grain. It was the best meal the Lin family had since Lin Baizhong left home. There are meat and vegetables, but the only thing missing is wine. Lin Bai also carried Lin Laogan to the main room, sat on the chairs and ate at the same table, very happy. The next day, it was finally time to go to the market. Several people who needed to go to the town, Lin Caisang, Lin Changhong, Lin Bai and Lin Yang, all went out before dawn, because instead of just buying things, you also have to sell things, so you have to grab a good location, otherwise it will be difficult to sell the things. Yatsuan is the most remote village in Yueya town. Because it is surrounded by mountains, canaries can inhabit it. But also because of this, Yatsuan is the richest village in Yueya town. Of course, the word rich does not mean which village has the most money or the most rich people, but that the people in your village can at least have enough to eat by picking birds' nests, and they don't have to rely on the most unreliable people in Yecheng. The weather is bad. Speaking of Yecheng, the distribution of rainwater is really uneven, just like the rainy season in April and May, when flowers have just sprouted from the grain and they are waiting to bear fruit. It rains so hard that half of the grain is consumed in the rain. Then after the rainy season, there will be a drought without rain for several months. All the water that should be used will be used up. In the end, most of the grain that has not been harvested will wither. The weather is quite good like this. At least the people can do other work and have enough to eat. However, here often does not receive a few drops of rain during the rainy season. The drought makes it impossible to grow food at all, and the water in the ponds is scooped out. That's been the case for the past 2 years. Chapter 49. Why should we treat them differently? You are listening at novelfull.audio. In general, no matter how much land the people in Yecheng have, they may still have to tighten their belts to live a life like this. However, such a life can be tolerated. Once you get used to it, the native people will not think about it. Trying to find a life somewhere else, I hurried slowly and hurriedly, and finally managed to grab a stall in a place not counting the corner. The place was a bit small. Third uncle, third aunt, there are so many people here. Lin Caisang looked at the people who came to the market to sell goods. They had all kinds of things. People like Lin Bai, who were selling pots and brushes, saw several houses at a glance. Today is not a big gathering, there are not many people. Lin Bai smiled and replied to her. He also saw people who had the same kind of goods as him, both near and far, but fortunately he sold a lot of things, not just pots, brushes, brooms and the like, but also other things. Are there more people in the gathering? That it was Lin Caisang's first time to go to the market. Seeing so many people rushing in and occupying the stalls one by one, it really felt fresh and interesting. Fortunately, I borrowed the ox cart, otherwise I wouldn't know how to get so many things. These two big guys are really heavy. She helped Lin Bai and Lin Changhong to take down the things from the ox cart one by one and arrange them. The big ones had sun mats. Lin Bai made 2 and took them out, ready to sell them. They rented the bullock cart in the village. It cost 20 pence to rent it for a day, but it would be a good deal if they could sell all these things. Sang sang, uncles and aunts, are you hungry? There is a meat bun seller over there. How many of them should I buy for you? After placing everything, Lin Caisang took a look at the steaming shops and knew it was the steamed stuffed buns that had been laid out, so he asked Lin Caisang, who had just sat down beside him. Brother. Lin Caisang looked at his eldest brother helplessly. We have just arrived, and you want to spend it outside the money before you have earned it. How can there be such a reason? Caisang, there is meat at home. Third aunt will make meat buns for you tonight. The buns here are expensive, and the buns are not eaten before, and the kaba will be gone in 2 bites. Lin Yang also said. Just buy 2 for Sang Sang. Lin Caisang. Why treat them differently? She doesn't want to eat buns at all, okay? She had been sweating from the busy schedule these past few days, and she could clearly feel her weight dropping. This was a good sign. She had to keep working hard, but she couldn't let the meat buns ruin her. No, I don't eat meat buns from outside. Who knows what kind of meat they use? It must be the cheapest kind. It might not be clean yet. It's better to go home and make it yourself. She quickly shook her head and refused. When I sell my stuff and go home later, I go dig some spring bamboo shoots in the bamboo forest and stomp them with the meat to make stuffing. It will definitely be delicious. All right. Lin Caisang nodded and felt that it shouldn't be so wasteful. Besides, there was so much meat at home. There was no reason to buy meat outside. However, he still warned Lin Caisang. Well, Sang Sang, tell me what you want to buy, and I will buy it for you. While they were talking, the market became quiet. All the sellers had put away their goods and were waiting for buyers to come. Brother, it would be great if we could have an ox cart. When there is no market, we can let my third uncle pull the ox cart to sell goods from village to village. Anyway, it's an old ox pulling the cart, so it doesn't take much effort. Caisang supported his chin with one hand, looked at the quiet street, and muttered to himself. Chapter 50. You can definitely buy a bullock cart. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Selling goods from village to village. How can this be done? Not only did Chang Feng, but also Lin Bai and Lin Yangshi laughed. I haven't heard of anyone bringing a cart of brooms, dustpans, pot brushes, etc. to sell door to door, and no one would buy them, right? It's just because they don't have it that it sells easily. When Lin Caisang heard Lin Bai's conversation, he immediately became interested and sat down solemnly. Third uncle, think about it, it's the same reason for you to come and do the work, but you are just talking nonsense. If people don't see the real thing, they have to hesitate a little whether they should spend the money to buy furniture. What? But if you are pulling physical items, such as rice sieves, chaff sieves, food boxes, and benches, we don't pull big items, but only sell these small items. One cart can pull a lot, and it's not just these, you can make a wooden horse, a spinning top or something like that. These are children's favorite things. They are cheap and can be played for a long time. People with children at home may also buy them, and then take some brooms, dustpans, pot brushes, etc. in the car. You can always sell something like a shoulder pole, right? This. Lin Bai gritted his teeth after hearing her words. Bai, I think Sang Sang's idea is really good. Mrs. Lin Yang felt that Lin Caisang's idea was really good, and it matched the wishes of some women in the village. I am a woman who understands women's thoughts best. If you don't know how to do carpentry, we have to buy tables, chairs and benches from other places at home. But if we go to the town to buy them, we will think about them all day long, and finally we will make up for it. Use it well, but if everything is right in front of me, and I can buy it just by stretching out my hand, and it's a small item, and it doesn't cost a few copper coins, I'll be willing to buy it, even though there aren't many people like that. But we don't mean doing big business. Even if you can earn a few dollars to eat enough and sell 1 or 2 pieces a day, that's not bad. Besides, you were sitting at home, and you went out to work all day without hearing anything. Isn't that why you came here, and you didn't even get a single coin? Well. Lin Bai's face turned red after being talked about by his wife. Yes, he did go out to work for a few days. Earning 10 coppers was considered good. It was difficult to feed himself, let alone support a wife and several children. Third uncle, I think what Caisang said is true. The wood is ready-made. You are the most comfortable in making benches and so on. Maybe after you sell something, someone who learns well will let you customize something else. What about the big ones, what do you think? Lin Caisang also echoed. You are all right, and I didn't say no, but, you need an ox cart to sell goods from village to village. Is it possible to rent one? Lin Bai asked them helplessly. He also thinks this method is quite good and he can give it a try, but before doing anything, you have to prepare everything. What his family lacks most now is an ox cart that can travel around. This. Lin Caisang pursed his lips, glanced at Lin Caisang, and then looked back at Lin Bai. Third uncle, just make some goods and leave the ox cart to me. After this episode, I will go up the mountain to hunt more game to sell. I will definitely be able to buy the ox cart. Brother is right. When the medicine shop opens later, I will go and ask about the price of the medicinal materials we dug. Maybe it is also a way to make money. Lin Caisang also said. Yes, yes. Lin Yang agreed.